Seems I'm spawning in, unable to save. Which means I bet any second now we're going to start hearing that mysterious noise from the sky. Something which apparently people are speculating endlessly on, and I'm not sure where everything has come down on that. Some people say that it is just a bug, and that it's related to something that can happen, but shouldn't be presenting in this way. Others are saying that there may actually be something up there, something for me to find, and, well, with how crazy things have been getting lately, I have no idea where to stand on that. But we don't have to worry about that right now. If anything, right now, all I care about is making sure that Erie is fed, because she is a growing girl, and she needs her sustenance. And I may have to reload the save repeatedly in order for her to not completely clean me out. Root. Well, see, this is going to be one of those times where I have to reload, because there's nothing I can do about that desire. Oh, and I have to Alt F4 to do it. Well, anyways, hello everyone, and welcome back, once again, to Voices of the Void. My god. My eyes were on the floor and just seeing your shadow creep across. At first I thought a mannequin had gotten in here, and then I saw the movement. Hello, Monique. And also, I had neglected to mention in the last part that you've actually gotten an updated model. Your textures are a bit smoother now. Some of you said that I can actually use the shower now. Is that actually true? Oh, it is. The water is cold. Can I change that somehow? Is there, like a... No, not really. Do I just have to stand here for a certain length of time? You said that it actually replenishes stamina, which, if true, would be a huge deal. No, it seems to just be this. Oh, wait. Unless maybe we have to run the furnace downstairs? Maybe that would help? We'll find something to burn and then try it. There's a lot of wood planks down there. This update is a pretty massive leap forward, isn't it? Actually, it's a massive leap forward in a lot of ways, to the point where some of you said that I should honestly start like a season 3.5 right away, and, well, believe me, with how much there is to do now, I am considering it. Like, that gives this thing so much more use in the day-to-day, if this actually works the way I think it does. But either way, we're seeing, like, the quality of life, like, constant improvements start to appear. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, and that wood should be burning by now. But maybe there's someplace else we can turn this on? Oh no, I see it. I see it going up now. Maybe it only goes up to 20, but the longer we spend here, the more it works. Look at that. We can catch the toilet from over here. Yeah, we can get some distance. Yeah, but it only works up to a certain point. Okay, so it's just 2 things we can do to regain some stamina. Meanwhile, I desperately need to sleep, but it's not like I'd be able to anyway. You guys had a suggestion for that as well, because that is actually... It's really quite devastating in our current situation. There you go. This save is honestly kind of coming apart at the seams, and I think that it's mainly because, well, we updated in the middle of a playthrough, and it's actually far more substantial than the minor patch I thought it was. So there's certain things that are just kind of breaking right now. One of those things was the lack of the ability to use Molotovs, and it's not that we need special equipment for it, it's actually that we need, well... I can't turn the option on. I can't turn the option on because I can't pause. Who goes there? We've still got things out by William. One of those is going to be the guy in Stonehenge. The other, right beyond TR1. In fact, maybe right over by the camp. Okay, we'll check that one out in a little bit. I really wish I could enable that option I'm looking for, because it would actually be very, very relevant to this, but I don't want to talk about it until I can show you. Alright, we got some Chicken nuggets. I see something bouncing in the water over there. Probably Melvin trying to get back at me after he was set on fire in the last episode. Not even by me, by the way. I had nothing to do with that. We have got a lot of towers down, which means we're also going to have a lot of problems regarding, like, calibration and all of that. So I am going to send the kids out. I think it's safe enough out there. There's probably only one enemy on the prowl, and I'm going to try and deal with it soon. So both of you, wake up. You guys, I haven't felt confident waking you up in days. Charge 90 and 90. You guys are good. I love the sequence of just kind of going through the options and triggering you one by one in each category. And as for, do I have okay, no, I need to order another notepad for Monique. We'll save her for now. What is going on? Oh my god! You guys hit the fire extinguisher on your way out. Oh god, I can't, hang on. Grab that. Sorry, Monique, I'm sorry. Ah, you destructive little gremlins, you. Yep. You're just staying right there. Wait, can we hit the drone? Ah, that was a long shot. Oop. That was a long shot. I didn't expect it to work, but it would have been funny. Hang on. There we go. Erie, you did not make this hard the first season. MRE? Oh, we can certainly do that. Is Erie getting into her prepper phase? There you go. What about that? Erie, you want that? See, they're good. Very, very nutritious. Lots of protein. That's what you need if you want to grow big and strong. Come on. Maybe it's because you're not even using that pencil. I see it not going below 100%. Cheese! Let's see how the Kerfuses are doing. I don't think you're stuck. You're very stuck. So we're gonna take control of you. There you go. And relinquish control, and try not to get stuck again immediately. There you are. Okay, you're fixing those, so we're starting to make some progress at the very least. It's actually a nightmare having to rely mostly on items to keep our stamina up. Like, this really is the game on hard mode. You could totally do an Insomniac mode as a difficulty, I think. Alright, I'm most likely going to end up reloading the save at this point, since, you know, if the game's not going to play fair, why should I? And by fair, I mean if it's going to be glitchy. Then I'm just going to go ahead and try your counter to this thing, which I really don't expect to work, but I figure it's worth a shot. And in order to do that, I need to go visit the camp again. Whee! Hey guys, I'll have you know I took care of a bunch of these things myself. Something I've been thinking about since last episode is how adorable they must find it. Like, we're stepping up to help protect them. And actually getting some results, too. Nope, can't sleep in these either. But pretty soon I'm going to do something about it. I think the save is just about done. We're about to hit day 50, which has usually been the end of things. But that doesn't mean I'm ready to finish just yet. The kid's already finished up here. Bluefus, you okay? Bluefus, what are you doing? You freaking out at the sight of me trying to feed your baby sister? Alright, well, let's put you to bed for now. Yeah, we can just keep you over here. You'll probably need to charge anyways. And we need to figure out what's going on with Pinkfist. These Kerfuses are losing their minds out here right now. I think this should be Pinkfist making her way back at the moment. I just wish I had some idea why this is happening. They don't usually look like this. Meanwhile, we are going to have to pretty much give up on Erie right now. We'll come back to it later, but I just can't be spending all my record time on this. Now, we could head over to Stonehenge and start trying to fight that pig, clear the land some more. We have usually gotten some respite in being able to save in the moments immediately after we destroyed them. So I guess it has to be related to the sound somehow. But there was a piece of handy advice you gave me, and the fact that that thing is essentially penned in may make it the perfect practice target. Yep, there you are. Something in this update is making you freak out. Oh my god. It's the same thing you did earlier, but now it's a laser light show. Ah, I love my kids. They love to rave. Alright, well, you can sit here and act as a spotlight. Kiddo? We'll never get you to stand like that. Okay, well, you just watch the ceiling. Everything okay, guys? Yeah, boss, we can watch the kids, no problem. Ah, you guys are the best. Let's get set up for this operation, then. Now, the way this works is that first, we're gonna need one of these. And these things can be very, very finicky with the physics. And I'm starting to think that's by design, because you guys have come up with a million things to do with these. But we need to bring it with us. So there you go. And hopefully they can't break, because this is really critical to the plan. Wait, there was one of those fuel tanks. Must be from one of the ones the Arrivals destroyed. Wait, where was it? I went over it, so it was back here. -1 fuel. That's a cursed artifact, and I kind of want to experiment with it, but not while I'm out here with the ATV, that's for sure. I was thinking we might be able to get a little boost real quick. Need to find the Stonehenge fence. Okay, here we are. Remove this from the ATV. And chuck it over yonder fence. Yep, this is how I dispose of my garbage in real life, too. Now, we want to make sure that this lid remains open. Yep. And that we can see... Oh, man, that's going to make this difficult. And you see that light over there? There is our piggy friend. Okay, now let's Elmer Fudd this thing. Let's find... Or maybe Wile E. Coyote would be a better comparison. Either way, we need you to charge us. And we've got your attention. Come on, this way, this way, this way, this way! That did not work as planned. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how this is supposed to work. Let's... Come on. Yep. Yep. Okay, no, you're just going around it. There's a burger on top of Stonehenge. Maybe we can use this as a... Oh, God! You got some air thanks to that. We are hurting. We are hurting to the point where it's not really safe to go after you. You are oddly losing interest. You're behaving in a most lethargic fashion. There we go! I guess we had to hit you just right. Look! Oh my god, we got a pig in a bin! A pig in a bin! And that gives us the opportunity to save. And sleep, maybe? Oh my god, no, 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 no. Okay, well, good thing we saved. Yep. Okay, we've got you. Oh my god, imagine the next person to work here. Just one more reason why we have to make sure that we are the last and best. How would you even think to do something like this? Like, who in this community, when the first few days of this update releasing, not only thought to try this, but tried it enough to get it in the exact right way where it worked? And more importantly, how did the dev think of this as a solution? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's really, really funny. Now here's the dangerous thing. I would like to bring you back for scientific purposes, but I'm worried that it's possible to accidentally, release you if this lid opens. Okay, that shouldn't happen so long as we don't press use. And bringing you back, not the safest thing, but sacrifices have to be made in the name of science, right? And perhaps we can build you like an enclosure somewhere? I mean, you were in an enclosure, so it's kind of a moot point. The idea is that this is a version of this where we get to save. I actually just had the brilliant thought of bringing this thing back to the camp and setting it free to see if the Arirals will come out and fight it. I mean, you guys said that I could have seen the massive battle that happened, it's just we ended up having to deal with our own problems at home. And in another season, I will make an attempt to go see that, because that sounds amazing. However, I don't think they would appreciate me just dropping one of these demonic potatoes off on their doorstep, especially after they've already been through so much. He also said that there are some objects which should have been added to the park that weren't because I was playing on an existing save, so I think there's definitely plenty here to justify another run pretty soon in the future. But as it stands, we really just need to get a wet floor sign or something to make sure that everybody knows not to open this recycling bin because there's an alien pig inside. Yep. Okay, now let's carefully close the lid. God, I wish this thing would fit in a microwave. And we'll just keep this right here in the corner next to the toolbox. Easy peasy. And, oh, we can sleep. We need to take this opportunity. This has been a lot of time spent sleeping, but believe me, we absolutely needed this. Oh, that feels so good. And now that should mean that either that other contact is something else, or there's only one enemy left on the premises. I think it's been totally cleared. Then again, it's starting to become an alien nature preserve almost, with that flock of jellyfish that came through here. I don't know, like, is it because of everything we do here that everything else is attracted to activity? Or does this place act as some kind of natural lightning rod for things from above? I don't know. There's a real chicken and egg situation going on here. But we do still have to do our job, and we will do it well. I believe this game only goes up to day 50, or at least it did in the past. I'd play this up to day 600, believe me. But I think things are coming to an end around here soon. Not that there isn't still more to do, and it's not just going to hard stop us. I can spend plenty of time looking around, and in fact, if I'm going to be doing such things, we may as well play with the silly option. La Creatura activated. Find the mofo. Oh, and there. Now there's just one out there waiting, ready for its moment. I actually hadn't realized that I had the silly option enabled, but hey, it's there, and now would be a good time to also point out the other options that have been added in this update. Are those corners actually tilting up on the rug? If so, that is incredible. Did they do that before? That is amazing attention to detail. Alright, but if we have a look in our settings, we can go over to the experimental tab, and two new things have appeared. Extreme Combat, which is what was actually preventing us from using our Molotovs. We're going to enable that. And Velma Mode. Velma Mode is something I actually talked about this game needing in the last episode, and as it turns out, it seems the devs believe so as well, because it was already in the game. Under this mode, if we take our glasses, we can't see. We can't see a thing without our glasses, and so if we were to throw it on the ground somewhere, they light up. That's useful, but we will have to kind of feel around and equip them, and now we can see just fine again. Now, in this mode, anytime we fall over, they will fall off and we'll have to find them. I could see myself doing a run this way. And now that I beat the game a few times, I really want to start doing just like challenge and experimental stuff with this, because there is so much here that I've only just scratched the surface of playing the story mode. Oh, speaking of the story mode, some of you guys told me that the only reason the tank was here in the last part is because it's a carryover from the previous version. Now that the combat and such isn't part of the main story, or at least it's an optional part of the story, that thing wasn't even supposed to be here anymore. It was just a carryover from the update, which means we beat a challenge boss. We did it with our hands tied behind our back and won. Granted, I suppose he had his hands tied behind his back as well, so if anything, that just makes it a fair fight as far as I'm concerned. But we need to check our radar right now and figure out where that last contact is. Yep, it's definitely pretty close to TR1. And I think we'll give Monique a break. I mean, we want to get a lay of the land today. I say we go get those reports ourselves. I would still love to know what is making the noise over here. All this racket. Maybe it has to do with all these parts that are caught beneath you? That doesn't seem to be the case. What is going on? All I can think is maybe we can learn if we try to tow you? This isn't something I want to do, but I've got the money where I can always just give you a bunch of shrimp as a bribe for ignoring my, I don't know, antics? I don't know what to call this. Okay, towing you isn't working now either. For some reason I had it in my head that I'd be able to do it once you were here, even though it didn't work the last time. Alright, well, be that way. I'm not an alien spaceship mechanic. Ooh. What is that? Oh, that's one of the paint buckets from when you made the aliens. All in good fun. We need to figure out those reports. We need to go to Oscar, Bravo, and Whiskey. Well, this patrol will take us in the vicinity of Whiskey, so that's alright. But yeah, things are... Wait, can I pause? I can. Things are quiet now. Which is why I'm convinced that whatever that was, it has to be in some way tied to those enemies. Maybe some conflict due to them still being here when they're not supposed to be. But look at this. I know I talk about it all the time, but this place really does look different depending on your mood, and right now, what I see is triumph. I look down over these valleys and rivers and trees, and I think this land is my land. And more importantly, it's not theirs. This thing right here is a potential candidate for a pig enclosure. That sound. That sound! You're somewhere. You're close. Oh, where are you? There you are! There you are! Oh, look at you. It's Dingus. It's Maxwell. Hi, Maxwell. Okay, unfortunately, we don't actually have a way of carrying you back. Oh, listen, I had forgotten you purr when we hold you. Baby. Alright, come on, this way. Come on. Oh, you guys have been telling me, the bed we left at the arrival camp. Okay, we can't collect you. Hang on, Maxwell, how do you feel about, I'm just gonna save. How do you feel about getting dragged? Oh, you'll be suspended above the ground. Okay, you'll be fine. It's just a short distance, Maxwell. Alright, that's good. You're actually gonna be safe back there. You're gonna love your new home. You know there are cats like you? Guys, have I got something for you. You remember that cat bed I gave you earlier? Well, there's a part 2 to that gift. Just drops down from the shadows like a ninja. Here we go, come on. And you can sit right here. Now, the toggle option, I'm pretty sure what that does is it turns off your music, which basically makes you bearable to keep in the base. But I'm not too worried about that right now. In the meantime, you are their problem. There you go. We have gotten exceptionally lucky to find you. This is the first time I've done it just straight up legitimately in story mode, and we found you rather quickly. I've seen streams, especially like early on in this game's life, where people have spent like hours looking for you, just combing the base up and down, but the music definitely helps a lot. We have already used a lot of this day. It's already 4:30. And these being the last days, we need to brace for, well, anything, really. I was dismayed last time to find that I could not fit under here anymore. But you said that if I go in here and stand up, that I'll be able to plop down like that. So it's a little bit more dangerous, a little harder to do, but it does still work. Only because we have a little less control over where we land now. But I've got 2 of the reports, 2 signals coming in, which we do probably still need to get 1 more. And I'm gonna head over to Oscar to get the final hash code. Oh, we've got an unknown. Let's start processing that up. Well, here we are just settling back into business as usual. The best victory being able to ignore our enemies after thoroughly trouncing them. That's another U. Alright, well, 3 should be aplenty. And we are moving at breakneck speed, so that's great. So you said there may be an overlooked feature of this guy here. Triangular object. Now, we found this at the picnic site. I had assumed it to be a figurine. But anytime we try something, I want to do it outside of my main base. Mainly because I'm worried it'll explode and scatter all my other items. So let's try it. Ooh. Look at that, it moves along the ground. Huh, it's like a little wind-up toy. And if we use it, and then pick you up, look at that, it'll actually hover in place. That is so cool, but it'll only do it for seconds at a time. There's our unknown. Meme signal. Meme signal. And something staticky coming through that is likely to be another unknown. What's that? It's the unknown! One of you told me recently that that whole Wonka's Adventure thing was AI generated in its script, and they just kind of like uncritically threw that in. And ever since I learned that, it has been so much funnier to me. Like, that whole thing is one of my favorite things that's ever happened, and now it's about 10 times better. All right, tear that off. It's Monique's day off.
Oh la la.
Oh my... Hadn't considered that you would... Statistically, you were probably going to be at one of the... Let me explain for those who haven't seen Season 1, alright? Let me just start there. When you have the funny option enabled, you can do certain commands, get certain events that you can't get in the normal game. One of them is that you can get Maxwell in the console. Another is that when you type alien, it'll give you an error message, but it'll spawn one of you guys behind a random door. I last did this back in Season 1. And I just spammed it in the console, and they were everywhere. It was almost comical how much I was tripping over them. Anyways, fast forward to now, completely different base, completely different everything. Didn't realize you could spawn in the bathroom. Oh well, I guess I could always use another employee. In fact, I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep in right now, and bring you down to meet the guys. I was actually thinking I could have you be a nanny to the kids. Oh, that'd be hilarious, but I'm gonna leave you for now. Just feels right to, you know, allow the new generation to mingle with the old generation a little bit. So, there you are. You are facing the wrong way. This game is something, isn't it? Don't you just love how later on you can just kind of look at any angle of the base and it'll be like the hieroglyphics describing your entire journey up until this moment? 400 credits ready to go. I have got FU money. We got our money, but the thing is actually saying cannot determine location now. So it looks like we're gonna have to venture to the top of the tower and right that wrong. For a second I thought you weren't blinking at all. But some of you said that for a real scare, I should climb the tower and look straight up. Okay, I'm looking straight up. Does my flashlight need to be on for this? I'll turn it back on when we've gotten a little higher. The price of batteries has gone up a fair bit. Maybe I should invest in those accumulator batteries, and not just for the purpose of coolers. Oh, you're actually beeping now. A little bit more to you now, but not so much harder to fix you. Oh, you beep all the time. Oh! Maybe that's what you meant. I think I might have seen that one last season. God, that is one of my favorite events in the game, and I don't know if it disables it so you'll come up here and do it, or if it's just something that can happen. But God, it's one of those, like, come and gone, like, just breathtaking moments in this game that it's full of. I love how this game runs the full gamut of emotions in its events, from the creepy to the dangerous to, like, almost the they do move in herds Jurassic Park moments. Melvin, you missed it. It was crazy. But at least you're not trying to kill me anymore. Oh, Erie's food should be ready to come in now. I just can't wait to see how those photos came out. We've taken some crazy ones between this episode and the last. But it's only a little over half an hour until the 50th day. Alright, drop that down. Look at her. She is eagerly awaiting that food. And I've also gone ahead and picked up the digital map. And the reason for that is because there is still one more contact out there, and even though this is the longest time it's gone without me being able to sleep, I still think there's got to be something to it because it's been so consistent. Now, you last asked for a food box, and a food box you shall have. Nothing? Yeah, I should have figured. Cake, not a lie. Oh god, that's expensive. Well, I mean, does it count if I take a bite first? I am holding tons of food, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of your chicken nuggets. Sorry, Erie. But the unknown is now finished. There you go. I haven't even bothered saving them in a long time. There we go. Let's have a bit for ourselves first, and then here you go, there's the rest. You've got to be kidding. Ugh. This is like performing an exorcism. Potato. Oh, well, we've got plenty of potatoes. Do you care if it's a rotten potato? Because these things have been rancid for days now. I guess you don't care. Now that we have the wristwatch, I'd like to perform a little ritual tonight. We gotta wait for 3:33. Just one of those things in this game, huh? I guess you're haunting my bathroom ever since I took your plush. Oh my god, it's so easy to forget, like, all the crazy hijinks we've been on. I had forgotten all about that whole thing we had to go on, digging up your runes from the bottom of the lake and putting the statue together. The wild goose chases this sends you on. We've got about 500 credits ready to go, but it's holding at 376365, that contact on the radar. So we're gonna go try and intercept that. Erie, you'll be fine right there, right? She's asking for another burger. Ew, that sound. There's just a pig slick all over the place. How you doing, Maxwell? I figured I'd start my journey here since it's fairly close to the contact. Maxwell is gone. I knew that Maxwell goes away after a while, in fact is treated as a decomposable food item. Maybe we have to spawn it again. But somebody had said he doesn't despawn if he's in the cat bed. So that's annoying. Anyways, we need to have a look at our map. Alright, we are very close, very close. In fact, the radar contact is right here. I think they may have trapped something inside the craft. Wait. Yeah, no, it looks like there may be some kind of texture up there. Oh, wait. That's, yep. 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 It's gonna be tough because of the shape. What's the best way to do this? There's one of you up here! That was an Arrival, you're invisible! We can't attack you directly, not that I'd want to. But yes, somehow you managed to get yourself caught. Is there anything we can do to help? My glasses. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess this is fine as long as you don't end up sliding too far from the original point. I love how it even says that. It even gives you a message saying my glasses when you drop them. That is hilarious. Next run, I'm gonna give that a chance. There must be something I can do to get you down. Huh. Well, I don't see that wibbliness anymore, not that I really would, and the sound has stopped. Maybe I've finally freed you, hopefully in a way that's satisfactory to you and not pissing you off. Oh god, I forgot to put the parking brake on. Mountain goat, no, come back! And I know you don't have a ton of fuel, but we do still have to go hit TR3 because it's dangerously low. Oop. Anything in this tank? -1. You know what? There's time to walk. What happens if we try to apply something with -1 fuel? We're at exactly 45. It's kind of heavy. Kind of really heavy. I can't even lift it up. I would need the gravity gun. Yeah, I would need the gravity gun to actually apply this. I mean, I'm thinking that worst case, or rather best case, all it does is remove 1 fuel and does exactly what it says on the tin, or it does something horribly glitchy to happen, in which case it may completely break the ATV. Or make it superpowered. I mean, maybe negative integer would make it effectively infinite. Like, excuse me? What is the... what? You're not actively powered. You just kind of slid back down when you went up that hill. What the heck? That's a fully intact car, too. That's not another drop. Is there anything I can do with this? It's got no headlights either. I can even grab and pull it to an extent. Well, this is coming back to base. I'll get out here with a grav gun later. I may not even need it. I may be able to tow it. But God, that thing slides around. It's got no brakes. That just came careening out of the darkness at me. That was terrifying. I thought... You know what? This is probably... That is so cool if true. I think this is probably a reference to the infamous San Andreas ghost cars. Okay, for those who don't know, there was this thing in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas where the middle of the map was this sort of countryside area, and it was all this mountain called Mount Chillin, and it was huge, and it was a whole thing to climb it. And cars could spawn on that mountain. And they didn't have brakes on, so what they would spawn on these slopes and come careening down at you, often out of the dark, scaring the bejesus out of players, and then just kind of sailing off the mountain into nothingness as quickly as they came. Now, people started calling these the ghost cars. I'm pretty sure it's just because of them spawning on slopes. Now, I'm pretty sure this was simply caused by unoccupied cars spawning on the mountain in the way they're distributed, and not having any brakes on them by default, causing them to roll downhill. But the way it presented was so scary that it almost seemed deliberate, and it led to all this debate about what they were and what you could do with them, and if they were meant to lead you to something else. And I think the reason it's probably here is because they're a symbol of a time when games could be anything. And it seems to be a feeling that this game is trying to replicate, when you couldn't just go online and get a definitive answer immediately. And so all these legends and speculation were able to come about. It's a really cool homage to see here. Alright, now let's go check up on Wolfgang, because we seem to have left you in a pretty glitchy state in the last episode, and I never came back to see if you were still here. You had told me that if we feed you like an absurd amount of food, that something would happen. And I don't know... I don't know what's absurd if not 10 baguettes and like 6 pieces of alien pig jerky. I should add that when it comes to the ghost cars, it didn't help that Mount Chiliad already had its share of urban legends and myths in the community. And so a lot of the time when those things came sailing out of the dark, it was while people were already up there trying to find evidence of other legends. So people were already on edge when these things started appearing. Oddly enough, this is still here, even though I'm pretty sure we tore it off and sent it out. The email isn't saying we missed it. And there's more creepy stuff coming from asteroids. I think the notepads may be a little buggy in this update. Look at the light falling on you from that window. But we are going to set that. And Monique, your day off is over.
Oh la la.
I'm still shopping around for a place to put this, because there's so many ideas, and I don't know which one to use. I was thinking about maybe dropping you down the hole so that you could be down there. But the issue then is if we release you down there, it's a huge pain to go down there and recapture you if that prevents us from saving. Oh, that reminds me, I should go check the radar to see if we got rid of the arrival on top of the ship. Taking shelter up there, I suppose. No, but there's something over there on the edge. In fact, ooh. Okay, that was just the drone. I thought there were two different contacts. Unless there were. Yeah, whatever's over there is moving. And there's something over there as well. Right over the mountains. In any case, here's your Ruger. And it's still just never enough. I swear they may have just, like, removed this from the game temporarily. Because the first time it only took a couple of items. Alright, we'll do one more, and then I'm dropping it for this episode. Because I've spent so much record time on this. Chicken nugget. There you go. Wait. The sound, the power of that chicken nugget. I don't mind it when she requests things we already have, but I've been thinking of something pretty messed up. What if we could breed these pigs? I was thinking about what a good source of food they actually are. What if we could actually, like, take a couple and just, like, produce them indefinitely, so we would always have a source of meat? I don't know, maybe I just dream too big sometimes. Still willing to hear you out. Taco. At a certain point, are you guys willing to accept that I have tried with this? How did a brick end up all the way over here? Oh, right, I took it to try and throw at one of those pigs earlier. Alright, well, we'll carry that with us. Did I turn on the violence option? I did! Violence is back on the menu. Our Gemwell, whatever. It's the arrival version of Maxwell. I count myself so lucky. You are right here by the base. Okay, well, the thing I had always heard is that you will be safe so long as the roaches can't actually get to you. I don't know if we can spawn another Maxwell. I'm just going to count it as it went back to its home planet with the arrivals. But as for you, let's just take you about here-ish, right? And go, yep. And we can always get another hook. Meanwhile, I want to go to their camp right now. I got some business to take care of. And hey, it'll be good to get some music in the front room where everybody hangs out, right? Oh, there you are, Monique. You can come with us. We have a newcomer in the camera list. Excuse me. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna go have a look at the radar. Is there anything that doesn't belong? Okay, so that up there is the windmill, that's the hull, that's TR1, and that's William. But there is something at 448396. Tell you what, we've got to take the ATV up there anyway. It could stand to get some fuel. I accidentally turned the computer off instead of going back in. But that's still showing up. And refreshing the list, it's just gone. We were receiving a signal from somewhere, though. Alright, 487, 408. Let's go. Make sure we have the grav gun on us. Let's ride. Whatever it was basically right in this area over here. But maybe not anymore. I mean, in all likelihood, this is left over from the previous battle. Yeah, it looks like we're seeing some over there, too. So this extended all the way over to... What are you, Victor? You're Victor. Well, what I really wanted was to try sleeping in your cat bed for a while, now that I had the opportunity. I love how from here we can actually hear our Gemwell's song. Alright, but I don't have all day to spend on this. This is day 50 after all, and I have no idea what this game might be cooking up. But I guess we're welcome guests. Oh, hey, your poster ended up all the way over here. Must have happened in the scuffle. Well, I suppose you won't... Not enough space! Alright, well, God, what can I get rid of? There's so many critical important things here. I need to eat something. And the flesh jib is probably a good candidate. It's got to weigh more than a poster, right? Really? Okay, well, I think we're gonna have a Toblerone then. Thank you. Found it. Hang on. Now, you're too heavy to lift on our own. Oh, these have all defaulted to -1 now. I guess that must be a reload thing. You were filled with so much. Well, if we try it, we might as well do some science. And there is that, which is apparently I don't understand how the volume here works. But we can lift you up. Yeah, you've just got nothing to give. Sounds like this party is holding up just fine. Meanwhile, we should be ready to send these signals out for today. Yep. And... okay, you are finished. A lot of asteroids lately. Let's plug that in. Okay, that whispering was freaking me out for a second. I can never tell what's the TV and what's actually in-game. No mysterious cameras here anymore. Although I swear that bench is in a constant state of motion, that one right there. Huh, maybe that's something we should be concerned about. Didn't figure out what that radar contact was either, but whatever it was, it's gone now. No, now it's over there. Actually by TR3. Monique, you... wait here, will you?
Oh la la.
It might actually be you. You might be the radar contact. Now the question... I can't try towing you, unfortunately, because we don't have the hook anymore. But I can do this. Oh yeah, you're coming with us. How many credits do you think we'll get for this? Ow. Okay, well what happens to you now is on you. Still creepily skulking along, huh? Ow. When I pull you into me with the grav gun, if we're not already close, you will just run me over. Hang on. Oh, don't do it! Don't do it! It did it. And straight into the log pile. Silly car, you can't be burned for fuel. You burn fuel. Quite an accident you've gotten yourself into here. Don't worry, AAA here to help. We'll find you a nice parking spot. I know a great mechanic, got his own garage and gravity gun and alien tools and everything. He also doesn't know the first thing about fixing cars and mostly rides an ATV that repairs by touching you with a toolbox. This is a special place. There you go. The parking lot's kinda full at the moment, but don't worry, there's plenty of room in the handicap space. I assume you're handicapped because whoever drove this car is probably dead. Now, let's just angle you right. And perfectly good enough. Yep. Alright, come on kids, I've got something for you. You have to go to bed in a moment, but I found you while I was out in the field. There you are, yep. Now, where's a good place for this? Probably right against the wall over here, right? There we go. Now they'll watch over you always. You two are gonna have to go to bed now. Don't worry, you can rest easy in the light of your nightlight. Don't remember which beds you were in before, but honestly they're quite interchangeable. And now, I guess we just do our job for the day. I don't actually have much to do. I do love watching you sleep, and hey, this place is starting to look more like a kid's room already, right? You know, at like juvenile detention centers. Wow, that MRE healed a lot. I guess that's just another one of the infamous update rebalances. I should have one more just about ready to go. Yes. Let's give it a listen and send it away. Oh, it's only day 49. Huh, for some reason I had thought it was day 50. That's weird. I mean, the true test will come either this episode or next when we get to the end of day 50 and we find out if it stays there or if it actually continues to roll over. 1, 2, 3. And that's all we need for today. Hey, boop. It feels so good to have actually fought the aliens head-to-head and won. Although there is the question of which aliens. We know that at least one of the Arrivals made it, and probably more. That one just got stuck behind. But they don't seem intent on leaving, and they've survived everything else that's been thrown at them. we've seen what a fight they can put up. I mean, everything we've done, for as much of a struggle as it was seemingly a cakewalk for them, and they took on much, much more. I mean, that is a lot of pigs worth of meat up at their camp. At the very least, they're not going to run out of food anytime soon. Of course, I would have made sure of that. But look, this whole place is just a war zone now, and we don't even think anything of it. I'll be honest, that's pretty creepy. Hang on, we need proof, of course. Monique is just sitting there like, yep. Alright, you guys were supposed to... never mind, that's on me. I left the garage open. Yep. Now, what did you want again, Taco? We can do that. It's literally that one Simpsons meme. Get out of there. Ooh, we've got a couple of things over by the cave now. And tell you what, I've got to go over there anyway, because I need to get the ATV back. So let's drink our coffee and get going. Alright, you're blocked open by a potato. That's a huge breach in security. But not as big as me needing to make my way over here. At this point, I should probably wait for the drone to come, though. Here it comes. I got you your taco. There you go, Erie. You gluttonous little monster. And still, it wasn't enough. Cheese. Again with the cheese. Alright, forget it. I am actually calling it this time. Let's start our wee-woo walk. God. The way the cables of the power lines like streak across the sky and glitch out like that, it makes it seem so like, well, alien. It literally looks like an event when it happens. And it always catches me off guard at first glance. Alright, where are you? Straight down there, good. That felt targeted. Like, that felt like a very malicious pine cone, honestly. The way it came straight toward me. Which would have made it a justified shooting had I been armed. There we are. And I think I'm gonna head for TR2 just because it's probably... I haven't checked, but it's probably due for a reset. But before we move on... Contacts over this way. One of them is probably the anti-breather. The other, I'm not so sure. I don't hear anything just yet. We should be able to enter the cave. Amazing what little fear this is done with these days. But yeah, Wolfgang does not seem to be glitched into the ground here, which is good. And it's not like I was expecting it. But this place has been totally cleaned out now. Oh, well, you're here still. Not that I thought you would be going anywhere, but that light, the reflection back at me, caught me off guard. I'm starting to wonder, should I try going out of bounds at night? I don't know if I've ever actually done that before. Huh. Well, that would certainly, if ever there was one, be a time for a save. But we could try it. It is a creepy feeling being out here, because even though it doesn't look any different, just knowing that there's only one way back in that we're going to have to feel around for. God, it's not even midnight yet. It is so easy to get lost, and just the knowledge that we're not supposed to be here. Listen to that nothing. Like, I would almost like it better if some monster came charging at us out of nowhere. Because that would at least validate why being out here feels so wrong, but instead, it's just constant anticipation of when we're going to be noticed breaking the rules. What? Huh, that was weird. I could see the lone tree for just a second. And then it's like everything else loaded in front of it. Fortunately, we can't drive up to it ourselves. Oh, there's the gate. Only problem being there's not going to be a good way across the river. That was a light that shot up from the ground. And that boom as it took off. Hang on, we've got to figure this out. We've got to figure this out post-haste. Oh. Can we get you over? That damaged you? Really? You can climb up and over. Oh, but we can't bring you with us. There you go. And you're getting damaged. Wait, no, there's an invisible wall up here? Oh, nope, never mind. This whole area behaves so weirdly. But my first and main thought is to go check the camp. So let's start heading in that direction. How much fuel we got? 57.4? That's good enough. Oh, I've never gotten to TR2. You were fine, honestly. But I've still got to get over there. That sounded like coughing, but it wasn't... I don't know if it was me. It didn't sound like me. It sounded more distant. And amid a cloud of fireflies, I don't want to be distracted from this. I want to get over to... Campfire still burns. no, you're still here. Something seemed to take off and leave, but it wasn't you. I kind of thought that maybe you figured, okay, we're compromised, we have to move on now. And I would have been sad, but I would have understood. Now I really don't know. We are on day 50. Okay, we've got to get back and check our radar then. You are going down real fast. Alright, let's see what we've got. Actually, you park here. There's got to be something, but I also just felt a definitive hitch, and it makes me really, really worried. Something is still out there and moving closer. But I've got nothing on radar. It'll have come maybe from further beyond, like further up the river. Other than that, I just don't know, though. Are you in motion? You're probably the anti-breather. What do I even do with that information? I mean, so many people report seeing something come. What about seeing something go? You know what's weird that I've noticed? Being near the rig really drowns out your music. You even make the aural sound. But if I come over here to where we can't hear that anymore... I don't know if you'll be able to, but the music is a lot more audible. It's like one thing is occluded by the wall, but the other isn't. That's kind of funny. But yeah, there's clearly still something in store. But unfortunately, I'm running out of time right now, and you know what? I'm fine with doing a slightly shorter episode because I'm in no rush to end this series. Even once we do, there's still plenty more to do on this run and future adventures, so like I said, this game just never ends. But if you like this video, all I can say is that whatever's over there, it'll be a lot easier to investigate in the morning. At night, finding stuff in those woods is like finding a needle in a haystack, which is kind of inappropriate to say, considering we basically found 2 needles in a haystack, 2 feline ones today. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And please tell me how to take a hot shower. Actually, I just realized, yes, day 49 is looping. We've reached the end, but things are still happening. We are not out of this yet, not by a long shot.
Those experienced during unassisted sleep. Pleasant dreams are unpredictable, and a nightmare can leave you feeling anxious and unrested. With the Sweet Dreams Neurocast, those rare and beautiful dreams are at your fingertips. Sleeping aids are expensive and have dangerous side effects. A pleasant dream will leave you feeling relaxed and well-rested. The Neurocast comes with a variety of sleep programs to suit your personal preference. Just picture yourself soaking in the sun on a private beach resort, wandering through a peaceful, enchanted forest, or sailing the open waters in a luxury yacht.